Be focused on what is success for you. What is your destiny? What is your purpose? Lock in on that. Hey, D.H.Dawkins here, and good day, good night, good evening, good morning, whatever time that you're watching this. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the Push Community Channel. Thank you for being a part of it. Now, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you click on that bell so that way anytime a new video or new content is uploaded, that you'll be the first to know about it. I don't want you to miss out on anything because I do have something to say and I think you need to hear it. I do. All right, so getting into today's topic, I'm calling this one Live Yours, Live Yours. I have observed in many settings, my own life as well as the lives of some other people that I've been privileged to observe, that there are a lot of people who are neglecting living their authentic lives because they're either distracted, they're discouraged, some are even disappointed of what other people are doing to the point where it causes them to avoid going hard for them and living their own life. Some people are envious of what other people have. Some people are perplexed about how are they doing that? I'm more qualified, or I have this, or I have that, or I've been doing the same thing. Why isn't it working for me? And in the frustrating result of that thought, they end up pausing their own life. They end up living and engaging in secondary and tertiary activities versus doing the primary things that they desire and have been possibly even called to do. It's very possible for you to become so disoriented from your own life because of what you're observing that someone else is doing, and you neglect yourself. I don't want you to do that. I've done that at different seasons of my life. I think we all have had moments where we either were distracted. Clearly we didn't stop living, literally, but figuratively speaking, we stopped moving with the momentum and the passion that we probably knew we could have, because for a moment we were distracted at what they had or what they were doing or who they portrayed to be. You've got to have tunnel vision. You have to get to a point in your life, if you're not already there, where you begin to move without being distracted by the peripheral activities of other people. There will always be something better, something bigger, something brighter going on in someone else's life. So the way to eliminate those bigger, better, brighter distractions, you have to take the root of that out, which is competition. Why does it matter if someone else has something brighter, bigger, or better? Live yours. Live yours. Success is such a subjective term when you put it in the context of people's lives, because for somebody, success may mean having a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere in the city, living single, making enough money to go day by day, having a once-a-year vacation, and being at peace with that. While someone else, it may mean I got to get married, I got to have the house with the fence, we got to have children, we got to do this, we got to do that. You can't compare success. You have to be very aware with what you were wired and you were designed to do. And then you live that. You commit to that. You stay on course with that. And here's another healthy component. While you are staying on course with that, you're secure enough to be able to celebrate what you see someone else doing, to encourage what you see someone else achieving. How about this? Sow into someone else's life what you would hope someone would sow into yours. I believe in the universal law of sowing and reaping. Some call it karma, some call it other things, but I do believe what you contribute in someone else's life, God has a way of circulating that right back to you. And that's whether it's negative or positive. It works on either end. So I encourage you, be focused on what is success for you. What is your destiny? What is your purpose? Lock in on that. Stop with the comparison and the competition. And don't get me wrong, I do believe in what I call healthy comparison, where you can look at what someone else is doing and use it as a tool of motivation, but not a tool of competition, which then degrades you, which then causes you to feel like you have to prove something to someone else. And quite often the people that we think we have to prove something to are not watching us as emphatically and as detailed as we think they are. You want to live this life to please the one who gave it to you, and to also satisfy your own experience in this one life that you have a chance to live. I believe that if you commit to pushing to achieving every goal set before you without giving in to the distractions and the comparisons and the what if and why didn't I and if I could do that over again. Listen, I'm the last person to tell you to not feel what you feel. If you feel those things, it's okay. Be aware of it being a feeling. Be aware of how it makes you feel. Get it out of your head. Have people in your life that you can talk to about it, that you can express how you feel about it in a non-judgmental way, that they can hear you. Sometimes they don't need to hear you to be able to tell you what to do, but just to be able to be a safe place for you to vent and get it out. But then after you do that, you need now to put that venting and that feeling time on a time limit because you got a life to live. You got people to meet. You've got things to do. You've got strategies and solutions to implement. You've got objectives to achieve. You've got goals to meet. There are things to do. And I'm not telling you to just sound busy and to appear busy so that when you feel like you have some momentum towards success, I'm telling you to live. Live. Immerse yourself in your life, not the image of your life that you have imposed upon yourself. But pause for a moment, reflect on where you've come from, where you are, and then prayerfully vision where you'd like to be and where you feel that you're being called to go. If you need to, jot those things down so that way you can take the time now to really begin to reframe how you see where you are, who you are, and what you're doing. The way you perceive yourself has a lot to do with how you are receiving yourself. And how you receive yourself then begins to set you up for how you're comparing yourself to other people, how you view yourself in the context of life. These things are essential for even your mental health, I can reflect on seasons of my life where I was so stuck in my head with would have, could have, should have, and what I had planned, what I messed up, what opportunity I missed, what opportunity I did achieve, but it didn't last because something else happened or a resource wasn't available or there's something that went wrong or just a situation that was really out of my control. You can only stay there but for so long. At some point you have to take what you have left and work with it. Work with it. Be faithful with it. Keep living. Reevaluate what your goals, what your values are, so what you want to achieve, what you stand for, and who you are, your identity. Sometimes those things update as you evolve. Sometimes who you are evolves and you can no longer just see yourself the way you were. You have to update your own perception of yourself. When it comes to values, meaning those things that you believe, those things that you adhere to, those standards, those ethics, that moral code, there's some things that you probably used to say, I would never. And then you lived a little bit more and you realize, you know what? Now I know how to do that. Now I know I have to do that. I can't do that. I'm not skilled. That's not my personality. But now you've developed that particular trait and that ability. So sometimes you need to pause and get an update. Take inventory of who you are and what you believe and what you stand for and the character and the qualities that you possess. And then the goals. There's some things that maybe at one point in your life, it meant the world to you. I have to do that. I have to get that. I have to own that. I have to achieve that. I've got to live like that. I've got to drive that. I've got to look like that. But guess what? We all grow. We all change. We all evolve. Some in other areas than others. You might want to revisit what goals need to be updated. What things have I no longer decided to chase? What things do I no longer hold in that high esteem that I possibly need to reevaluate, revisit, and adjust? Live yours. Make sure that the life you're living is the life that you are willing to deal with after you've achieved those goals. Sometimes we observe what other people are doing, we emulate that, but are we prepared to deal with the results that yields? Are we prepared to deal with the consequences that brings? Make sure whatever life you are living, that it's yours. Be encouraged. I hope I blessed you today. I hope I encouraged you today. I hope I reminded you of the value and the validity and the volume that you bring into every room, into every relationship. Remember who you are. Remember your goals. Update them. Live yours. Until next time, keep pushing.